Hello, this is Victor and here with the second part of the painting tutorial of the Berserker on Juggernaught, or the Chaos of Lord with Mark of Corn on Juggernaught, or how you want to call it. It's an old metal miniature that I was painting, and in this second part I'm going to paint the rider. In the first part I paint the Juggernaught, so if you follow my channel you should know, and if you are new to the channel, just yeah, you can find how I paint the Juggernaught in the first part. Okay. So what we are going to do here, we are going to paint the rider, and I'm going to go for quite a dark color for the armor. So I'm going to use burnt cat red. Okay, this is like a toast red, and yeah, on the palette looks like that. It's quite a dark one, and we are going to apply this on all the armor plates. Okay, this is going to be like the base color. As you can see, I prefer to paint him separate from the Juggernaught. It's easier to paint, and I just put him on a top of cork, it's a cork cap, a wine. It's a piece of wine cap, or was a champagne one, I think, this one. Okay, so I'm going to apply this on all the armor plates, and most likely you will need 2 layers. This color is quite thin and it's quite transparent, so we are going to need a couple of layers to have a nice cover. So I will do that, and I come back to show you how it looks like after this is done. So once the previous layer done with burnt cat red have dried, we are going to apply Auric Armor Gold to do all the rims in the armor. As you can see, they just applied before, so it's quite messy still. And here the intention is just to do all the rims and decorations of the armor with Retributor armor. Okay, so we're going to apply Retributor armor on all these type of rims, arrows, chaos symbols. I will try to avoid the skulls. I will leave the skulls. I will paint them in bone colors. Okay, so we are going to do all this. Okay, and we are going to do the whole miniature. Okay, so I do that on the whole miniature and I come back. Okay, this is how it looks like after applying the gold, and then I have to say that to help myself, what I end up doing is I glued the guy on a base. The reason is it's going to be more stable and easier to manipulate. Later on we are going to break it. It's not normally Loctite should not be that impossible to break, so it should be can be break quite easily, to be fair. So next step, I'm going to use etching gray. This will be for the parts that we want to be black, or yeah. And I'm going to apply this on the armor joints mainly. Okay. And any part that you want to be black, because we are going to do a wash with nude oil later on, it will look quite dark at the end. Okay, so I'm going to apply this here, on this joint. Okay, and I will do as well this thing. Okay, so I apply etching gray, and I'm come back once this is done. Okay, next step, we are going to apply Agrax Airshade on the miniature. So, and we are going to do first layer of shading, and So we are going to do it, and this way I do it now and before doing the bone, because I want to darken quite a lot everything. Want to give a darker color. So we are going to apply agate air shade, and this will also make darker the gold. As I said, I want to go for a darker color on the marine compared to the Juggernaught. So I'm going to do that, and I will and then we wait until this dries completely before doing the next step. So as you can see, it's quite a straightforward step. So we are going to apply this on all the different parts. Okay, it's quite fast and straightforward. You can see I also paint with the etching gray the pistol, because I want this to look, and we can go over the black as well, over the gray with the agate air shade. Okay, I will really wash all the middle. So this is the step here. Okay, so I finish that and I come back once this dries. Okay, this color looks like once the wash has dried, and now we are going to start applying the other colors. So I'm going to apply now Warpstone Glow to do some of the grain details. Okay, I will do this type of bells that he has in the front. Okay. And I'm going to do as well this here. Okay, this will give a nice contrasting color. Don't worry if now it's looking too much contrasting, we are going to also darken this one. Okay, so these are going to be the points I will be doing green on the rider. You can see with the thin layer on this hair. Okay, so I do that and I come back once this is done. Okay. The green is done. Okay, you see here and here. Now I'm going to do the bone color. I will use Usbati bone to do that. Okay. We are going to paint all the parts we want on bone, and I'm going to be quite a good amount of them, starting with these skulls here. Okay, and then we are going to do as well. This is a part that I want to do with bone color as well, as it was made of some type of bone. Is this texture here. You have to be very careful because it's quite a thin texture. Okay, so I want to go. It's quite a thin paint. Do this. And we are going to do as well the skull there on the shoulder pad. And the skull here on the. As I said, I like to use bone on on these berserkers. Okay, this is done. Now we are going to play here. We apply here on this thing. You see that I forget a little bit of some parts that have to go gold. We're going to do them later on. I will keep the eye untouched. We're going to add some glowing as well to him. Teeth. Okay, I keep doing the bone and I come back once it is done. Okay, now that we have applied the Usbati bone, we are going to do a second, some more washes. We are going to take again Noon Oil and we are going to go on top of the green with Noon Oil. The intention is also to go dark. And then we are going to be almost ready to start working on the detailing and highlights. So this is always my, I like to do all these steps as my, almost this, I consider this the preparation for the miniature, and then from there we start painting, right? So you can see I prefer to do the black. I was hesitating between the black wash or dark green. At the end I decided to go for black because it's much darker and it will give very nice contrast here on the hair. Okay, on the, well, we call it hair, but it's not really hair, it's like a, I don't know, the crest. I don't know how to call this. Okay, and also here on this type of bells I want to go quite dark. Okay, as you can see, I also did the skull. Now I realize that maybe I should have done another thing before, but well, it's not a problem. Okay. We're going to apply another layer on the pistol, especially because I want this to be darker. We are going to go for a black pistol, and we are going to keep this part with the red, but also darker red, so I want to go for another layer of Noon Oil here. Okay. Right here, we are going to do some details because I'm missing some parts and I need to do retouches in some part, but now we are quite close to the state where I want it to be. And the next I'm going to apply, I don't wait here, I will go straight forward, I will apply Seraphim Sepia on the bone parts. Okay, just be careful here next to this thing, not to mix with the black. Okay, and then I go on the skull. Here as well. And I go here. This will help to show the texture on this part. And to do as well, of course, the skull here. And on the knees. And now again we wait this device before doing the next step. Okay, the wash is half dry, and now we will start working on the highlights, and I will start with the face and then the red and so on. So let's start with the face because I want to do glowing eyes on this guy. So we'll start applying dawn yellow, and as I want to do the same on the plasma, so I will do exactly the both at the same time. So we are going to apply this inside of the eye. Okay, and as well on the other one. Then we are going to apply this on the plasma as well. Okay. Okay, we put it here. We put it here. Then I'm going to do here at the bottom. It's quite a unique design of a plasma pistol, this one. Okay. So we are going to use slightly different techniques in the eye and on the plasma because of the choroid thing. So let's keep working on the eye, and now I'm going to use Iriel yellow. Okay. And I'm going to apply this around the eye, leaving the middle with the yellow we applied before. You can go a little bit lower there. Don't worry if it looks too much, we are going to correct this. A little bit here. Here. Right. Okay. Now we're going to apply orange. So it's going to be Fire Dragon Bright. And I'm going to apply this on the eye. And do the same here. And I'm going to apply this around the plasma. something like that. We do the same here. Same on the other side. Okay. I'm going to come now with a darker orange. This is going to be a 12 layer orange. We go very carefully to the really edge. Go to the really edge of the part where we want the bright. Okay. Something like that. What I'm going to do, will apply a little bit of the dark yellow in one of the eyes that is not looking as bright as I want it. Okay. And we are going to put also the first layer orange around the plasma. Like that. Then we apply as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply now the orange wash. That is here, Fuegan orange. I'm going to apply this one. See, no, this one no, it's too dark. I'm going to apply the Casandora yellow. It is more orange than yellow. Okay. Something like that. The same here, here, and here. Okay, now I will wait to discuss the yellow device, but I will start working on the red. It's a small area, so it will die quite fast, and I want to start working on the red. So I will start working with corn red. And quite thin, we are going to start adding some highlights on the red. Okay. You can see we want to go quite soft. Okay, and I start highlighting the red here on the eyes. We want to define well the shape of the eye. So with corn red, I go next to it and really then we have this. Look, we're going to touch the gold later on to clean up also better this. The other thing we want to do is all these edges, pick them. Then if there is a golden rim, like here, we are going to go on the middle. Okay, something like that. We want to add some variation on the red to avoid that it's looking flat. We're going to touch the rivets as well. Not too many rivets on the red parts, normally are more on the gold parts, but it's important also to do them. Here we do this rib. I'm going to do the rivets. Now we're going to do the edge. Okay. So we'll keep working on the highlights with the red, and I will put the camera back when I have done all the highlights, but it's more or less the same on all the parts. We just do most of the time edge highlighting. As you can see, I try to keep it dark so far, and then in some cases we will need to do some small highlight in the middle. Okay, be careful with the gold, we don't want to dirty the gold with red. Okay, you can see here, then we do this rivets on the glove. Okay, and we keep working on that. It's quite we're going to do it well. This one sort will do completely. Okay, and the axe we want to do it in metal, in type of still, so I will not do the blade of the axe right now. It's not going to be red at the end, that's what I want to say. Okay. These gloves have a small rivet there. Okay, what I'm realizing on the shoulders, sorry, on the elbow protection, I forgot a little bit of gold. When this happens, I will just, because I don't want to forget them later. So when I find something that I forgot to do, and it's easy to forget it later on, I do them with the gold. And you can see there are some small ornaments here, but I really want to pick them. It's quite difficult because there is also flash on top. Okay, and then we'll put red for the rest. Okay, so I will keep doing that and I'm back once it's done. So one thing I did at the end is on the gloves. He has a small rivets and I will do them in gold. So to do that, it's quite easy. We go with the right sideways and we touch them, okay? So not too much mystery. These ones, for example, you can even do like that. Okay, and we have them all. So now I have done the first highlight with that. It's still not popping up to match the color, so I will use no blood red. Just a little bit of it. To add some, not everywhere, but add a little bit more on some strategic areas or parts. For example, here at the top. Okay. The rivets. Okay, you see. Well done. We are going to add some edge highlighting. This is with Mephiston red. So on some parts, just to add a little bit more of accents, and that is not looking that too much flat. Here you have to be very careful. And as you can see, once the corn red dries, it's darker than what we think. This is why we need to help us with Mephiston red. Okay. You can can see is mainly edge highlighting and on a strategic part where we think it can add a little bit of value. Take for example here. This. We'll do the rivets. I keep working. What I'm going to do is very gentle go on the front feet. Remember, we will need to repair the feet later on when we unglue it from here to put it on the Juggernaught. So don't use too much time on the inside of the legs because they're going to be hidden. And you can work a little bit more on the outside of the legs. This same highlight we will do on the backpack of this guy. Okay, as you see, it's not glued because I like to make it separately. So backpack goes apart until the last moment. Like the rider will go on the Juggernaught once it's finished. The rider, I mean. Okay, so I will keep doing this with my piston red and I come back for the next step. Okay, next step I'm going to highlight the green. Okay, here I will use dry brushing. So to do that I'm going to use mood green. Very carefully we will dry brush, the hair. Wait. Clean up and it was a little bit too heavy. Okay, so what we are going to do, apply this here, we can apply this here. It was a little bit too much. So we are going to apply, if this happens, that the dry brush was a little bit too much, we are going to apply then, we'll use this time belt and green. We are going to apply a wash on top of it. Okay, so this will make it look better. Need to apply a little bit of this green. Here. Okay. So while this wash is drying, we are going to highlight as well the green belts. So with the same mood green, we are going to come here, we're going and something like that. Okay. Okay, go here, and we are going to do as well this part here. Okay. Now I'm going to highlight the bone part. So I will use again Usbati bone. And we are going to apply this on the part of the bone that we really want. We want that is popping up. Okay. Well, this one thing here. And this one is goes here on the knee protection. Okay. Now I'm going to paint the axe. We are going to use iron breaker. Okay. So we apply this. On the axe. going to clean up the mistake I did there. Right, and I forgot we forgot to do this part here. Okay, let's highlight the black. To do that, I'm going to use don't bear me full, but I will use, I'm looking for downstone. We use downstone first. Put it here. Let me highlight also this. We're going to highlight as well the pistol. Okay, and then I'm going to do some details of the pistol with gold. use Auric Armor Gold to do that. Over all the miniature. So especially for this part, we do add a little bit more brightness to the gold. We can mix this up with a little bit of no, Iron Breaker, sorry, Stone Horse Silver. And to do as well the button we have here. Okay. We can see to the rivet mainly with silver, then I take Auric Armor Gold to do some of the edges. To add a little bit more of visual interest to the gold. I'm using now Auric Armor Gold to add this detail on the pistol. That's one. We are going to clean up a little bit here. Okay. And to work a little bit more on the highlights on the gold. Put here with Stone Horse Silver. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue the backpack, so I can finalize the backpack. with the same way I did the red of the armor and all the black. So we glue this here, and we need Loctite to do that. I'm doing this with a tissue and removing the excess of Loctite. Be careful, it's not the same tissue that you use it later on to wash the brush, but you will destroy the brush. I glue it. It is quite tricky thanks to the hair. And now we wait this vise. But what we can do as well, just to get everything prepared, I will remove it from the base. You see, it's super easy to remove, and it's quite quick here. Okay, it's just jam popping up, and we are going to glue the rider as well on the Juggernaught. And I'm going to wait a little bit at this device before doing any other step. I'll put it here, it's going to be easier. I wait a little bit late, wait at least, you have to wait 1 hour or something like that, that everything dries. Okay, you see, it looks like now, I wait and I come back. So once the glue have dry, we are going to finish up the miniature with some additional highlights. So I'm going to use now Wild Rider Red, and I'm going to highlight a little bit on the plasma pistol, and as well to do some additional highlights on the armor. Okay, here we're going to do some edge highlight on this. Panels. Okay, and we are going to do some additional highlights. We can pop up some of the rivets just to add some additional, some extra highlights. As you can see, the backpack was already done. I did the backpack out of camera because at the end it's the same techniques we use for the other parts, so this is why. We can do something like that. touch as well these bars. The leg. Like that. We don't need. There's some additional highlights. One thing that works quite well is to do this type of highlight like that. That's it. Here they give a lot of life. We're going to do another one on this leg here. Elbow protection. Okay, this is looking quite good now. I'm going to add a little bit more accents as well on the black. To do that, I'm going to use Administrating Gray. Okay. Okay. Then I will add a little bit here. Okay, and with that, yeah, the only thing we can add, the final thing is we'll add a soft wash on the metallic of the axe. Add a little bit more wash here to make the grit. Perfect. And we can finalize here. So this is a way to paint the Lord of Corn on Juggernaught. Okay, here we have the final result. Of course we need to paint the rim, but this I will do it later on. And I hope you have liked this tutorial. So this is all for this tutorial. It took me a little bit longer than expected to make this tutorial because I did not have time to do it. But here we have just for you the painting tutorial of the month of October. So I hope you have liked this one. The only thing now I'm realizing I have to do the bottom of the boots, but I will do this later on. So this is the tutorial here. I hope you guys like it. And keep tuned if you want to see as well the showcase of this miniature with better picture, better light, and more detailed pictures. That's all for now. This is Rod. Thanks a lot for watching.